Hi, welcome. Today we are doing some maintenance on an old Singer machine. This is a Model 66 with I believe this is called the scroll pattern. It is not a bound machine. It does have some sticking points, but I suspect that that is going to be largely in the motor. There are some things that we are not going to be able to do today. That includes replacement of the belt, which needs quite a bit of help. It is fraying, as you can see right there. That is on order, and we should be able to do that in the next video for this machine. So our goal today is to get it cleaned up, get all of the action nice and smooth, and remove the belt and replace, hopefully, the wiring. I don't have a whole lot of time today, so we are just going to do what we can. Let's start by removing things. And by things, I mean this gross rubber that has deteriorated. Ew, that's trash. It's fine. We're going to want to oil that so that, oh, there we go. So that it'll move a bit more freely so that the owner of this machine can actually utilize that bobbin threader. There is the belt and a close up of that. Put that to the side because it is also garbage. And yes, it does feel like that issue that I was feeling just a moment ago was from the motor, which is probably a good thing for that motor to have. So we are going to leave it be. Let's go ahead and take off this faceplate. First by the thumb screw. Please excuse the wind in the background. I'm not in my normal shop. I'm looking in here. It is quite dirty. So we are going to start with a rag and just wipe some of that out. Since this all still moves very freely, we are not going to be taking it too far apart today. We're just going to move things around, clean them. Phenomenal. Now that we've cleaned up in there, we're going to throw some oil in it and then work it through. And everywhere that metal meets metal. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and throw some oil onto the faceplate just for cleaning purposes. I do not have access to any sort of polisher at the moment, so this is just going to be a cute little hand clean. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and put her back on because we don't need inside of here anymore. We have opened up the bobbin case. I'm just going to swing this about to ensure everything is moving. And it appears that it is, so we are going to bring the presser foot up and see about removing this faceplate. Need something longer to get at that. You can kind of see by the state of the faceplate that this has not been taken off at the moment. Again, using the sewing machine oil just to give it a quick clean. Feeling for any burrs. I'm not feeling any on this, so I think we are good. So go ahead and put that to the side. Let's see right here, there's a little bit of dirt. So we're actually going to grab another tool. From the Mystery Mouse tool set. We're just going to scrape that out. Don't worry, this doesn't hurt the machine. I'm sure it's been called much worse things than dirty. Alright, so it looks like we have some build up down there of some flies. So I'm going to see if I can't pick that out. Alright, I think I've gotten the bulk of it out. We'll switch to something a little bit softer. and a lot more flexible. I want to make sure that I get as much of this debris out as possible prior to oiling it. Otherwise, the oil is just going to cause all of that debris to bunch up and potentially cause issues that the machine did not have previously. How does that look to you guys? All good? I think it looks good. So now we're going to go ahead and apply oil wherever metal hits metal. If the oiler will comply. Just a drop. Fantastic. And we'll put some oil around here. We can be a little bit more generous because we are just going to be wiping it right back off. This just gives a cute little protective layer between the metal that is going to sit here in the middle of the base. We'll go ahead and reinstall. First is this. Don't want that too tight, just enough to keep it down. To reinstall this on that spring, we just need to bring it in backwards. There we go. We'll work our way to the right, just using our sewing machine oil to wipe down all the surfaces, just to clear away a little bit of that surface grime. We are using the sewing machine oil so that we don't damage the protective layer that is over the paint, well, over the enamel, as it were. You might be able to see with that raking light that there are scratches right here. I suspect that the woman who used the sewing machine, or man, had a pin cushion right here and was sticking their pins straight there. Which, of course, enamel and sharp objects don't necessarily get along. Am I using the right part of this? I don't know. More oil. We're just making her nice and pretty. Give her a spin. And see, there's a little bit of rust on that. I think I'm going to need another tool to get that off. For the moment, we will just apply oil up here. See if we can't let that soak in while we clean everything else off. I'll note that I am not applying oil to the race. I am only wiping down the visible portion of this crank. I've had a moment to think about what it's done, so let's try it again. Ha 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 ha! like magic. Let's take a look at her guts, shall we? Let's apply some oil to this plate. We're going to clean it off. Try to get off whatever had it stuck. And we are going to be replacing the wire on this light, so I'm actually going to remove it while we're here. This will not be going back on today. The screw will be getting put back in place, but the light itself will not be. Put that to the side. I did have the light bulb taken out prior to working on the machine. I did not want to risk breaking a functional light bulb. That did not sound like a fun time. We're going to put a drop of oil into there before installing the screw, because I will be taking this back out in not too long of order. Alright, now that we can see the innards, let's go ahead and turn everything so we can kind of see where things land. And apply oil everywhere we see metal against metal. Fantastic. Now that we have that oiled and the plate itself cleaned, we're going to go ahead and reinstall it with its little thumb screw. This will again be coming off in just a few days once the appropriate parts come back. Get in. English is hard, y'all. Let's tilt this machine forward so that we can get to the innards underneath. We can see where the oil has dripped down over here, and I'm just going to take my rag grab the brush again and go at the bobbin from underneath, trying to get as much of that dust and debris out of there. And apply oil to all of the points where metal meets metal. Where metal moves against metal, I think is the more correct wording there. Fantastic. Tilt it up just enough to get out of that wheel. I'm going to cycle it through. Gonna see where needs a little bit extra oil. Places where I missed it entirely. Fantastic. Going to bring this back up. Make sure this moves. Beautiful. We're going to remove all the electrical now. The motor will stay on, but all of this wire is getting replaced. Alright, so light goes to 1 and 3. Motor goes to 2 and 3. And we will add the foot wire in there once we get to that point. But for now, we just need to get these out. There we go. Put these back where they came from so that we don't lose them. Alright, looks like we will be removing the motor at some point. We'll keep it on there for the moment though. We're done oiling the machine, so let's take a bit of a bird's eye view here. Grab the electrical components. We're going to start with the plug itself. This looks like it is from a newer machine. It is not original to this motor. That's just some paint. Alright, so the only part that is questionable is this plug. Since it is questionable, I am just going to replace it. I do have a replacement already. So let me grab that out, and it is just 2 prongs. And we're just going to go snip snip. And off it goes. We'll separate these wires. Strip them. I think I might need a bit more than that. So we have our bare wire here. I'm just going to twist it a little bit to keep all of those together. We have a brand new plug. So let's open this up. And shove our wires through. I'm gonna let that drop. We don't need to worry about it right now. Take a look at the connections we have available. Here is what I think we're going to do. I have little connectors. So I think that we will install those onto the wires. And then we'll use these connectors to install it onto there. Let me just do a dry fit really quickly to make sure that this is, in fact, a good plan. Because sometimes I have plans and they are not good. And it looks like this will indeed be a solid plan. I am very content with that. Does it fit back into here? Ooh, this will not be a good plan. I am glad we dry fit that. A little bit sad. That's okay. I'll get over myself. So instead of that, we will need to wrap these wires around screws. And install it that way. I think I'll make sure that there's not directions. Plug and connected. Installation instructions. I'm going to need to strip that back just a little bit more. There we go. I think that'll hold a little bit better. A lot of bit better. Phenomenal. I think we're going to get this other side and then we're going to have to call it quits for the night. We're running out of light and we're running out of battery. So let's take what we applied, learned from the last one, and apply it to the other side. Make sure that that is secure. Phenomenal. Bring the plug back up. Tighten those because I had to kind of move them around to get them into the inside right there. So that that just pops into place. Alright, there we go. Brand new plug. ahead and wrap this up, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining.